Hi everybody, Andrew Champagne here. Today live at 5:25 on the Democratic Show, which is held once a month. I'm sorry, it's usually on Tuesday, and I apologize to Stephen and Kevin here, but I think I have a good excuse. I'm going to be at a sold-out Jason Mraz show at Shelburne Museum, and I'm going to be registering voters there. So I think that's a valid excuse. So these cool cats were so kind to invite me a day early. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Kevin. My highly trained crew. Also got to say hi to a few people. Miss Lauren Glendavidian. Let's see, Erica. Megan O'Rourke. Megan, I hope you're doing well. I hope I see you soon. This is the 40th anniversary year of Town Meeting TV, CCTV, now called Town Meeting TV. This is where you're going to get all the inside. I got a lot to talk about. We're going to be on the air for about 22 more minutes. I might as well, let's start. Let's start because I know some people in the Old North End that have COVID. Can we put up that 211, Kevin, please? The number to call if you are having problems, if you think you have COVID, if you're having trouble paying your rent, if you're having trouble paying your heating bill, you need an air conditioner, you're thinking about trying to apply for food stamps or WIC, you need someone to talk to, you're having a bad day, 211. You're looking for drug treatment, you're looking for drug treatment for a friend, 211. It's the state number for information. It is not 911. No policeman is going to answer. No one's going to grill you. They're there to help you. 211. Now, just over here, I got a call. I got a call today from a friend that I was supposed to see today. They can't come because they have COVID-like symptoms. Also have another friend in the Old North End that has COVID. So COVID is going around. This is a small town. We all go to the same stores. We all go to the same places. And so please, if you're not vaccinated, let's get vaccinated. It's no big deal, okay? In the fall, there will be a new vaccine. I was told by my doctor at Community Health, and I will be getting that, and I encourage you all to get that in the fall. That is not ready yet, but if you've not received the shots or you're not up to date, and you know if you're up to date or not, okay? So call 211, statewide, toll free. Let's say you're having trouble finding a job. You need to talk to someone. You're having some problems. Some family, you're in a rough situation. Your housing situation is scary or terrible. Lead paint, all the stuff. The maladies of a great society are sometimes come home to roost. And 211 is your number to call. Okay, let's get to the 10,000-pound gorilla in the room. Kevin, it's time. Can we put a picture of the big man, please? Okay, everyone, obviously the debate did not go well. I think there's a variety of reasons for that. There he is, I love him. I am a delegate for Mr. Biden, so I will be going to the convention in Chicago, and I signed documents that I will support the president. So I am supporting the president. The debate was trouble. He was sick. The studio was cold. There was no studio audience. He feeds off a studio audience. It was too late at night. He had just done 2 trips to Europe. Now, we knew he had to go for D-Day, and we knew he had to go for G20. Couldn't we move those together? Because G20 without the president is G19, which is pretty much B19. Okay? His schedule is too tight. I think that he needed some rest. And you go in a cold studio, and it's cold in here. You know, I don't have air conditioning in my house. It's cold in here. I feel my throat catch a little bit. And he's had a lifelong, and he's so honest and truthful about it, stuttering problem, that he just had a tough night, okay? But he didn't lie. He did not pontificate. He didn't belittle. He didn't insult. He's not a pathological liar. He's not a convicted felon. And he's not a traitor. Okay? This guy's not with Putin. He's not with China. Okay? We're with Ukraine. We're with Israel. we're hoping this ceasefire happens. I'm praying for it. Too many people dying over there. I don't care who you are or what you are. It's a very unfortunate situation, and I pray for everyone involved. I could never, ever have any good feelings about Hamas or Hezbollah. I'm sorry, I cannot and will not. That's where it ends for me. But I'm hoping the ceasefire and the hate will simmer off a little bit, cool out. You know, as we get into this climate change, do you know Death Valley I was seeing is going to have the hottest temperatures this week, they think, ever recorded. We're talking about 100, 135 degrees. So anyone tells you that climate change is made up is full of it, okay? Now, we see the roofers, the landscapers, the carpenters, the tilers, the people who work outside, the working people, they suffer the most and get the least. And it's not right. That's the inherent problem of capitalism. And, you know, as Fred Hampton had a quote, I'm not a socialist, but he said, socialism is about the people. If you're afraid of socialism, you're afraid of yourself. But the income disparity in America is too big between big and small. And no one has pointed that out than our senior senator, who I enthusiastically support for re-election. Well, oh, there he is, Patrick Leahy, retired. No, I'm talking about Senator Bernie Sanders. Hey, there he is. Feel the burn, baby. Like to say hi to his whole family. I saw his daughter, Heather, today. Was hanging out with Levy, his son. Great people. Bernie's marching in all these small-town parades. Vermont to the core. He cares, man. The leader of the left in America. He is supporting the president. We don't know what is going to happen. When you're 81 years of age, it's hard to say you're at your peak of your intellectual and physical capacity. Obviously not physical capacity. That's just not possible. There's no 81-year-old quarterback in the NFL, is there, Kevin? Oh, Tom Brady. I support the president. I also realize the president doesn't have to make every micro decision. There he is. I love you. I'm a proud delegate for you in 2020 and 24. The president needs to be able to delegate and think big, and I still think he can. Now, a lot of this is up to, I think, my favorite first lady of all time, Dr. Jill. I love her. I'm sure we got a picture of her, too. She has a lot of influence on her husband. He looks to her because she leads a normal life. She teaches community college. She's Dr. B at Northern Virginia Community College. She's out among the people every day, so he's always looking at her for the common touch. I have to say, I hope the president stays. You know, change is hard. Obviously, if the president decides to step down, it is his decision and his decision alone. And I am not going to sit here on July 8th on tape and say he should resign, because I do not believe that. If he does decide to not seek the nomination will go to Vice President Kamala Harris. She would be able to get all the $181 million the Biden-Harris campaign has raised. She has the qualifications: U.S. Senator, former prosecutor, Vice President, Attorney General of California, and it would be very difficult and I think very unfair for her not to be the candidate. Now, my ticket, if the president steps down, which I am not rooting for, I would like to tell you right now, I signed up to vote for Joe Biden. I hope to be in Chicago voting for Joe Biden. I'd like to see VP Harris and Secretary of State Tony Blinken. I think that would be a dream ticket. He is such a sharp guy, and she has been so great. She just hit the road. She was smart. She got out of Washington and said, you know what, I'm going to go see the people. I'm going to talk about Roe versus Wade. I'm going to talk about crime. I'm going to talk about fentanyl. I'm going to talk about the border. I'm going to talk about COVID. I'm going to talk about, hey, even though inflation is not terrible, I don't know any, we're all several paychecks away from hell, okay? And I think she's doing a great job. Let me get back to the president. I think by Friday there will be a final decision made, and as of now, the decision is probably to stay the course. Was I a little worried about the debate? You know, I wasn't, because I listened to it on the radio and I thought he was great. So I'm going to do a little cinema verite here, and then we're going to go Biden-Harris again. That's the ticket that I like. Sorry, I'm looking at this upside down. Okay, let's talk about. I have 14 minutes left. Is that correct, Kevin? Yes. Let's talk about the primaries. Okay. Here's a big thing people don't understand, especially in Burlington. Everyone received a ballot in March for town meeting. Fantastic. The turnout was excellent. Everyone receives a ballot in November. Fantastic. But no one, unless they request it, receives a ballot for the August primary. The reason for that is threefold, actually, because you'd have the Democratic, Progressive, and Republican ballots all folded. You'd have 3 folds in an envelope. It wouldn't be able to go through the stamp counter. And it'd also be a couple dollars in an envelope, which is a lot of money. So, if you do not have a ballot yet, you can call City Hall. Can we put that number up, Kevin? It is 802-865-7000. 865-7000. And when they answer, you press prompt 1. And you can request an absentee or vote early by mail ballot at City Hall, or you can go online, www.burlingtoncityhall.com. I believe that's the compute. Or early voting has started at City Hall, so you can go tomorrow, anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and vote at City Hall. Now, you're going to be given 3 ballots. Really, okay, and obviously I'm the hardest core dem of them all. All the action is on the Democratic ballot. Senator Bernie Sanders is on that ballot running unopposed. Obviously, we will endorse him. Also, you know, there's a couple interesting races. The lieutenant governor race, David Zuckerman has a pretty spirited challenger, a young guy named Thomas Renner, who is the deputy mayor of Winooski. He's also on the staff of Congresswoman Becca Ballot. He's raised some money. He's worked hard. In a small, the turnout for the primary could be as low as 40 to 60,000 in the whole state. So anything can happen. David's out campaigning hard. Thomas is campaigning hard. What I hope with either one of those candidates, because Governor Scott will be reelected, is that they have a little better relationship with the governor. David and the governor, I wish we could find some more common ground, and I blame that on the governor. The governor has not been up to Burlington in a while. He hasn't addressed the fentanyl crisis. He seems to kind of run against Burlington. And okay, he's a nice guy. Hey, my uncle's a nice guy, okay? My friend who works at the co-op's a nice guy, but they're not running for governor. I need some more intellectual heft. We're having economic and socioeconomic problems in Burlington. It's really, really sad, the fentanyl and the crystal meth and the madness and the sadness. Jail, institution, or death. Governor Scott, I'm asking you to come to Burlington. Spend a couple days up here and talk to some people, okay? We can't all run on maple syrup and the Von Trapps and skiing and, Vermont greenery. We have some real problems here. I think the new mayor is doing a good job. Now, this is a Democratic show, and she's a progressive and a very hardcore progressive. But Mayor Emma Momeni-Stanek, there she is, good picture. And I believe that's a Ukrainian, there's the flag in the back. Emma, you've done so well. Mayor Emma, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your staff. We got a good budget passed. You kept the commissioners on. Obviously, in a year, you'll have your own choices, and I want you to make your own choices. But she's smart. She works hard. She lives in the Old North End. We really like Mayor Emma, and I want to thank you. And I would vote for her today if there was an election. So, Emma, keep rocking it. You're doing a good job. Now, so my Democratic friends don't freak out, sometimes you got to tip your cap when someone does a good job, okay? we see the contrast between the lies, the big business, the anti-environmentalism, just the evil of capitalism with Donald Trump. Now, this guy runs hard. He has timing. He's funny. I was laughing in the debate. He really has good comic timing, but that doesn't make a good president. He's not intellectually, he doesn't have intellectual capacity. And talk about a guy, President Biden, excuse me, not Vice President Biden. He was Vice President. He's working out every day, engaging with regular people, doing all sorts of good stuff. There he is, Joe. I appreciate you. Donald Trump just goes from fundraiser to fundraiser. His racist, xenophobic, homophobic message. This is not a Christian country. There is a divide between church and state. And don't let anyone tell you, our founding fathers knew that. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, we all might believe in God, Allah, Buddha, Moses, Jesus, Jerry Garcia, whoever, Dalai Lama, but that is our own belief. And we are a gorgeous mosaic here. We are a big rainbow. And the era of the white male majority is coming to an end. But white males don't go down easy, okay? And for so many years, they controlled everything, and payback, it's time. So we see someone possibly like Kamala. After the election, whether Trump or President Biden win, the next candidate in 28 will be much, much younger. And I'm 61. In 1 year, I can collect Social Security. And the president's 20 years older than me. So it makes you think, but this guy, his appointments have been so decent. His cabinet secretaries, his judgeships, his ambassadorships. We're out of Afghanistan. We've been able to aid Israel, aid Ukraine, but no boots on the ground. We pray for a ceasefire in Ukraine, a thoughtful, fair ceasefire. I was reading about the Russians. They're losing up to 1,000 troops a day. Now, my friend, war is fought by old men, by young men. And you look at a corpse covered with a flag, it looks the same. And these guys all died, and it was rough and sad. And they all left a mother or a friend or a brother or sister. Teach war no more. And what's crazy is they're using 21st century methods, but still fighting 19th century trench warfare. So it's bloody slaughter. That's what it is. It's almost as bad at World War I when they went over the top, and just as stupid. We see, I hate these arms guys making money. There's so many wars in the world you don't even hear about. In East Timor, in Myanmar, in Colombia, in Somalia, terrible. And Haiti, not even a quick 3-hour ride from here by plane. I have 6 minutes left. So we're going to circle back. Let's go back to Joe one more time, and I'm going to go back local. Okay, Kevin? I support the president. This is July 8th. Whatever decision he makes, I'd like to keep the ticket the same. I'm a guy that's used to regular stuff. I've been a delegate for him twice. I'll be involved in my 5th convention. I'll be in Chicago. We signed contractual papers to vote for him. So, Joe, get some rest, lighten your schedule. The next debate, you're going to totally kick butt. I think Trump, it's time for him to have some bad news. He's also facing several more trials. He's also lost 2 trials in a row. Basically, a jury found that he sexually assaulted a woman. It took, 6 hours of deliberation or something? And then he was convicted of 34 felonies. Now, okay, we don't need that picture up there, and I don't want to see it up there anymore, please. Thank you. He always said, I sign all the checks. Yeah, he signed 34 checks that committed him to 34 felonies. He's going to be sentenced, I believe, July 11th. He will probably get probation, but he is a felon. Now, who really wants a felon as president of the United States? Does anyone? This guy's a phony, a fraud, a crook. He's leading America down a path of hate, not love. I got 4 minutes left. So we are going to get back to, if you need a ballot, can we put up that City Hall number, Kevin? 865-7000. Sorry, I got a mosquito bite on my nose. And if you need an early ballot, you can call City Hall, 802-865-7000. You can go online to burlingtongov.com and request a ballot. You can go to City Hall and vote early till Monday, August 12th. You can give me a call and I'll set you up with an absentee ballot. My number is 802-540-0717. So basically the primary, you're going to get 3 ballots. Really all the action is on the Democratic ballot. There's also some very interesting Senate races. Now I'm going to endorse 6 senators right now. Basically Burlington's cut north and south. On the, I am endorsing Senator Philip Baruth. I am endorsing Martine Gulick. And there she is, who's also a member of the school board, a friend of mine. Also Philip Baruth, who's pro tem. I am also endorsing a candidate there he is, Philip, good job, UVM prof, good guy. I am also endorsing Stuart Ledbetter, who was on television for 41 years. So in the north part of city, it's basically split. I am endorsing Philip Baruth, Martine Gulick, and Stuart Ledbetter. In the south end, I am endorsing Senator Keisha Ram Hinsdale, my good friend. Senator Thomas Chittenden, hey, great picture. She's getting ready to have her second child. God bless you, Keisha. You care about people. You're good folks. Also, Senator Ginny Lyons, who's done a great job from Williston, and also Senator Thomas Chittenden. Okay, North End, Senator Philip Baruth, Senator Martine Gulick, also Stuart Ledbetter. In the South End, Senator Keisha Ram Hinsdale, Senator Ginny Lyons, and Senator Thomas Chittenden. I have 2 minutes left. So let's say you're not registered. You can go to your polling place on August 13th, and we have same-day registration. You can go to City Hall, or you can give me a call, 802-540-0717. I have about 1.5 minutes left. So I'd like to thank Town Meeting TV for all they've done for me. I think I've been on for about 5.5 years now. We're going to be off next month because I won't have any new news before the convention. And anything breaking would come out 2 weeks before. So I'll be off in August, but I will be in Chicago at the convention. So we're going to do 45 minutes in September on the convention. Again, I look forward to voting enthusiastically for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. If President Biden decides to step down, God bless him, I'll be supporting Kamala. I'd like to see Anthony Blinken as VP. I think foreign policy, as Richard Nixon said, the government governs itself, but foreign policy needs a president. I have 1 minute left. Is that correct? Yes. I'd like to thank Kevin Harms, my producer and friend, who's a great guy. He did such great TV, the best I've ever done last month on D-Day, when we had unbelievable vintage black and white footage of the boys hitting the beach. That was June 6th. I was on with Romeo von Herman, and Romeo was elected vice chair of the Burlington Dems as Andy Voda was elected chair. Hey. Okay. How long do I have, Kevin? 30 seconds. So please vote on August 13th. If you can't do that, call City Hall, 865-7000 in Burlington or any of the other towns, and request an early vote. You can also vote at your city or town hall. You can also vote on August 13th from 7 to 7. We'd like to thank you, coming to you from the heart of the old North End. Get that COVID shot. I support you, President Biden. I love you. Please vote in the primary. God bless. Be good to yourselves, everyone.